Hey everybody, this is Kyle Thompson. I just am walking through parking garage right now. I wanted to kind of give you all an update. I'd gotten some information. I want to share it with you guys while I'm here. I'm gonna let you guys kind of see what I see at this point. So we have some definite cracking on the second floor. I assume that's after settling. I'm not real sure, but when you come down here, you can actually see that this was a pour that was done in a seam, it looks like. It also looks like a door was done right there. This right here in this level is, there's a seam that there seems to be a problem. I'm looking, this is ground level coming up to the second level. And as you can see, probably throughout this is all completely rippled and not flat. There are major grooves that pop up well above the flat point. We'll keep going, we'll show some more. So a little confusing at this point, as you can see that several rocks were either relayed or replaced at some point. There is another pour that looks to have been done post-fact. You can see the seam, but when you get to this level, the bricks are split, but the seam goes all the way up to what I assume is the load-bearing beam on the side closest to male underwood. On this side of the post as well, you can see this is a spongy material that will I'm sure give in some way for the weight that this will be on, but the concern is that is obviously not a good sign. This does not look like a brand new structure. This looks like a structure that has had many years of wear and tear. This is one of my bigger concerns right here. You guys can see that what is level 3 above, as we're on level 2 here, level 3 right here, the base of that pour is already appearing to crack. It's a pretty grave concern, I would imagine. We're going to check out floor 3 that we understand is in pretty bad shape too. So this is the main column that goes, the internal column. As you can see, there is a concrete pour that starts at the base level and goes up. It does not continue all the way up to where this level is right here. It's right here. Now, the question being, industry standard or not, maybe you guys can tell me. This obviously is the filler that they have in there. This is not a 1-inch seam that they have there, and this is probably 6 inches high of that, and it pours all the way through, as you guys can see. I'm a little mystified by that, why the seams were not closer. And as you guys can see the condition, guys, this building hasn't even opened yet. There has been no use of this building, so any quote wear and tear that might be in. But notice how it doesn't necessarily change size-wise. It goes inside, but it doesn't. You can see on this one. Oh yeah, that's a big crack right there. Yeah, and so just as a comparison on these seams, when you're trying to match up, when you have 2 large slabs, this is a full connecting slab that is the same connecting dimensions between one end to the other. So you don't have situations where there are haphazard pours put in there. Another issue with regard to drainage, the drain at this section right here is at the peak of the top. If anything comes in off the side of this, rain-wise or otherwise, it's gonna run down that wild ride, but it's not gonna flow to that area because the other side of this is closed in. That's at least 3 inches up there on that particular board. So this is what we must have been told about. This is second level going to the third level, the intermediate between second and third. This is a noticeable crack that goes the length of 1, 2, 3 different slabs, and then it actually breaks off, and then if you'll see right here after that light, there is another crack right here, same area of the same board. This is the same. I can actually back up, let you guys see. This is the same section. It's between these two sections. So just one section over. This appears to be cracking, but then it looks like there is a water flow of some type that is seeping in to the third level, those pores, and is either going to cause a crack or is already compromised. Water spots at the mid-level. This is again mid-level going to the third floor, but there are obvious water entering this section. So you can actually see that there was a pour and then a second pour.
And they shimmed it.
And
they put a shim in here.
Yeah,
That's a shim.
They just put a shim inside there. So let's hope it's cedar. All right, so now we have, it's not a pipe. It looks like it was 2 seams that were put together with I don't know, some type of injection pour. This goes.
You know what that is? They left their form in there. That's wood.
It's mortar?
No, it's wood.
That's wood? Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. That is wood.
That's their concrete forms. 2 of them side by side.
They've got their concrete forms right there, and they're exposed at this point. That is what's connecting these 2 sections all the way down, and you can actually see it goes all the way down here.
Yeah. Zoom in on the wood. You can see it.
You can see more of the wood.
See the way them. Jesus.
We're still in the same section, guys. I mean, it gets worse as we go up, and it's like, I mean, this is.
Y'all paid how much?
This right here is just absolute nonsense. I cannot believe this is up to any standard. I just can't believe that. You guys can see again. Starts here with a 3-inch pour. It adjusts to, gosh, almost a 1.5-inch pour while the cuts keep getting low. This is a half block right here. There's no reason to have that half block. So there's styrofoam foam board or something, and that's just an opening right there, not finished. This is the handicap section. I also assume this is probably where our charging stations are going to go, because it looks like that's the electrical that goes through there. But I want you guys to see, this is the guys, this is I don't really have words, to be honest with you.
Tape.
So that's a hole that is filled in with paper, tape, in styrofoam.
And they tried to mortar over.
And they tried to mortar over it. That is, there is styrofoam literally holding this together.
Why is this end
Yeah.
concentrated in?
Why? So if the issue was the buffering, that's a 1/2 inch seam with mortar in there that's gonna hold it. But then let me back up. So even the best seam that's in here, don't worry about that area. And then you come down here, of course this area up here is not pretty.
Oh,
And
I
then,
know what it is. They had their plans backwards. Because here's basically where that door is. Down there. Here's the door.
okay, guys, we are now going up onto the top floor. We are coming, this is the first part of the third floor. This is the second part leading up to the top. Okay, now this is the concern, right? First of all, there is standing water. There's standing water right here. It has probably been 12 hours since we've got significant rain. Now, that's not the worst part. This is the top pour, the last pour that was done. I want you to look at this. This is just the start, guys. Here we go. Are you ready? Oh, my bad. I forgot to include the actual second crack that's on there. So this is the entirety of this pour. Still going. It traverses every single pour. On this side, it crosses and goes straight to that area. The entire length of this pour is cracking from the bottom already. This is the next block over. Let me step back so you guys can see it. I'm not a structural engineer. I will not claim to be one. But in the law, we talk about things speaking for themselves, and in a phrase called res ipsa loquitur, the thing speaks for itself. I think these pictures speak for themselves. I don't know whether to be appalled, to cry, what. We go to the next, this is the next section. It's the next section, guys. These are not one or two small problems. These are major foundationary issues that have already sprung up before the first car has parked here. And this is the last slab. You can see camera there. The last slab of the parking structure. Traverses the entire length. A lot of questions. I think that you guys would too. This is the actual very last section, very last slab before I go into the sunlight. You guys can see. Crack goes all the way. So this is the stairwell on the same side as. So if you look at this right, my gosh, guys, I'm trying not to laugh, but it makes me not have to cry. So it goes all the way down here, and it comes out, which no problem. It should be like that. But guys, this right here, this area right here, is lower than this area right here. It's actually lower than this area right here, which means that ain't going anywhere. That water's gonna pool All right, so we're walking the very last,
Right here.
very last section here. This is on the top section. Obviously, there is a crack. I mean, it keeps going. Where we saw all the cracks on that upper level. There's another here. Yeah, there's another crack on this. This is the top level. This is that last pour, last two pours. So this is the section where we saw majority of the cracks underneath. You guys can already see that this was the last pour that was done, guys. This is the last thing that was just done on this building. This is a crack that I can almost guarantee you matches perfectly with the one below us. There are additional cracks that we can see. Oh my gosh, like right here. This is, so easily water can get in those areas. That is boys and girls, that is a gap between the metal and the concrete. And that is to the walkway. We're on this top level. You guys can see where we're at. It's kind of a half level. It's what makes this area. This right here, this section right here, with the sun coming out. I want to make sure you can see it. But that, boys and girls, guarantee that coincides with the crack that was below it. At least that's where the water is getting in to that area. This is another crack. This entire upper level here that is probably 30 yards. I wouldn't let my kids walk up here. And here's probably one of the worst ones right here.
Because it's in the corner.
So this is in the corner. Again, if you're building something, the weak spots are the corners. Here, this crack goes all the way to the corner. It is less than 4 feet away from that corner, and easily water seeping in that area. And that section is completely broken. This section right here will be the first to bust out. It will take, we're not talking the time that Grand Canyon was formed. I will also say this, there's the wood. The wood's exposed still in this section. This is the corner of the very top section. There's your area right here. This is the center post of the entire, build. This is what you have at the top. So this is this crack breaks off. This is just the other section here. There's that middle post, but there's a crack right there. It has already broken off right here. It is right here. It is already broken off right here. It is broken off right here. That seam goes all the way less than a foot from the corner. Cracking already coming directly from that post. So if you'll look, when you're on the outside, we're on Male Underwood side, Male Underwood house. So if you'll look, like there's a doorway there. It looks like that there's other fill-ins on the section. It appears, and we could be wrong about this, but it appears that they had the plans backwards when they did this, because the outdoor staircase is actually on the other side, which is exactly where that door would have been. Probably figured it out after that second pour, and then turned the plans the other way. Of course, there's another door. This is the outside of it. It's So gorgeous. I don't know, guys. I had hoped and prayed that it would not have turned out like this, but I you know.
Straight line of
So we have a solid concrete pour all the way to the corner there, and then we come up and then we're now all of a sudden block build right here, and then the block build goes straight up against the. And it looks like, I could be wrong, but it looks like there might be concrete on top of the concrete floor. I just did a walkthrough, as you guys saw, of the finished parking structure. I became aware that there were going to be some technical reviews of some of the pours. Obviously gave me concern because this was not something, number one, that I think the community wanted, but in the end, if we're gonna have it, we should at least have a quality structure. I came down and walked through and checked out some of the concerns that I had that were relayed to me this morning from individuals who had worked and been through the building. And I'm not to the point of angry yet. I'm really sad, to be honest with you. I'm sad because I'm thinking about what $13 million could have done for our community. I'm thinking about the athletic facilities and the family facilities and the amphitheaters and all the things that we could have built or bonded for that. And quite honestly, we were sold a bill of goods. The price on this structure has increased time over time over time. We were told that we had to build it because the owners of parcels B and C, which is this large area in front of me, which is all grass area, has been for 3 years now, 3+ years, that they weren't going to do anything. They were not going to spend any of their own money. In our February meeting with them, their owner told us, if the idea is that RIM is going to spend any of their own money, we're not going to do that. And so the city went and received $5.25 million, $5.5 million from the transportation cabinet, federal transportation cabinet. Governor Beshear added another $1.25 million, and then the city has bonded up to about $5.5 million on their own that will take 21 years to pay off. I don't know that this structure is going to make it 2.5 years. I'm really sad for our community. I'm sad because the same people who we have always let run over us did it again. And this time they did it in a colossal fashion. Leaving office, letting relatives be involved in the purchase of a sealed bid. Now that relative is actually a partner owner of parcels B and C, which benefit obviously from this $12 to $13 million project that's been spent on this. CRM has already sold the rights to Capitol Plaza Hotel, the ground underneath it, for $500,000. They paid $1,000. They sold the ground under there for $500,000. They received the benefit of a $12 to $13 million structure that is so poorly constructed. I will not let my children park their car here. I'm telling you right now. I don't think you would either. Just like I said almost a year ago. It was exactly a year ago. This is not going to be a $12 million project. The entire 3rd and 4th floor. I don't know how they fixed those issues that I showed you without completely demolishing those and fixing them now. That's half the size of the building. This is what happens when you have people in power who don't understand business, who don't understand or care what the well-being and what the wants and needs of a community are, but are allowed to be run over by bully construction and bully business people who see Frankfort as a bunch of rubes, who sees Frankfort as a town that they can stop off on and sell their snake oil. And boy, they did it here. What could $13 million do for this community? Set aside. Sorry guys, I wish that it had been better. I really did.